In a room heavy with expectation and political consequence, Michael Sandlana was stopped from speaking. His microphone went silent. His prepared statement remained unread. And in that moment, South Africa's already tense political atmosphere tightened even further. The incident unfolded at the Madlanga Commission, a forum meant to clarify, interrogate, and ultimately expose the truth behind matters of national importance. Instead, it has now become the center of a fresh controversy, one that raises urgent questions about power, accountability, and who is allowed to speak when the stakes are highest. Michael Sandlana is no ordinary figure. He is known as a politically connected actor whose proximity to sensitive processes has made him both influential and controversial. Whether viewed as an insider with critical knowledge or a disruptive presence with his own agenda, Sandlana's appearance before the Madlanga Commission was widely anticipated. The commission itself, chaired under the authority of Justice Madlanga, carries immense institutional weight. It was established to restore public confidence, to demonstrate that democratic oversight remains firm, and that no individual, regardless of influence, is beyond scrutiny. What happened today has put that mission under a harsh spotlight. As proceedings resumed, Sandlana was scheduled to address the commission. Observers in the room noted visible tension even before he spoke. Within moments of beginning, he was interrupted. Commissioners conferred. Officials intervened. Then came the decision: Michael Sandlana would not be allowed to continue. No dramatic outburst. No raised voices. Just a procedural halt that echoed louder than any speech could have. To the public watching closely, the moment was jarring. A commission designed to hear testimony had, in real time, shut one down. This occurred moments ago, during a live session of the Madlanga Commission in South Africa, at a time when public trust in political institutions remains fragile. The immediacy of the incident has only intensified its impact. This is not a matter of history or retrospective analysis. It is unfolding now. At the heart of this controversy is a fundamental democratic principle: the right to be heard in a lawful, transparent process. Supporters of the Commission's decision argue that rules exist for a reason, that testimony must adhere to legal boundaries, relevance, and procedural integrity. They suggest Sandlana may have been prepared to raise issues deemed inappropriate, premature, or potentially damaging to the process itself. Critics, however, see something more troubling. They see selective silence. They see a system quick to invoke procedure when testimony threatens powerful interests. In their view, preventing Sandlana from speaking does not protect the Commission, it undermines it. Within minutes of the incident, political circles began reacting. Some factions described the move as necessary discipline in an already volatile inquiry. Others call it a blatant suppression of information. Civil society groups have begun asking pointed questions. What was Sandlana going to say? Who would have been implicated? And who benefits most from his silence? On social media and in political commentary, the narrative is rapidly splitting. One side frames the incident as responsible governance. The other frames it as institutional fear. In South Africa's charged political environment, perception matters as much as fact. And right now, perception is dangerously divided. Behind closed doors, the implications may be even more serious. Commissions do not operate in a vacuum. They exist within a web of political relationships, legal constraints, and unspoken pressures. Sources close to the process suggest that Sandlana's testimony was expected to touch on sensitive power dynamics, alliances, decisions, and internal dealings that extend beyond the commission room. If true, the decision to prevent him from speaking may reflect not just procedural caution, but strategic containment. This is where the power struggle becomes clear. A commission seeks control over its narrative. Political actors seek control over their exposure. When those interests collide, silence becomes a tool. The immediate consequence is credibility. Every action taken by the Madlanga Commission will now be scrutinized through the lens of this incident. Any future restrictions on testimony may be interpreted as pattern rather than exception. There may also be legal challenges. Preventing a scheduled speaker from addressing the Commission opens the door to questions about fairness and due process. Even if the decision is legally sound, the political cost could be high. Most significantly, public trust hangs in the balance. South Africans have seen commissions come and go, some delivering truth, others delivering disappointment. This moment risks reinforcing cynicism at a time when confidence is desperately needed. This is not just about Michael Sandlana. It is about the boundaries of truth in a democratic system under strain. It is about whether institutions meant to reveal uncomfortable realities can withstand the pressure that comes with doing so. Today's silence speaks loudly. It suggests that there are still limits to what can be said, where it can be said, and by whom. As the Commission continues, all eyes will be on its next move. Will Sandlana be allowed to submit a written statement? Will reasons for the decision be fully explained? Or will this moment fade without resolution, leaving only suspicion behind? For now, the questions outnumber the answers. And in South African politics, unanswered questions have a way of shaping the future. The microphone was switched off. The room moved on. But the consequences of that silence are only beginning to unfold.